Coach Texas A&M. What's up, bud?
Nothing, buddy. I was watching film till these two knuckleheads wanted me to be on the show. I had to give up watching film on the Clemson game. So,
well, let's jump right in there. Look, man, there are a couple monster games on the slate on Saturday, and certainly you guys are one of them going into Death Valley to face the defending national champions. We all know how prolific they are offensively, but, Coach, as you've studied them here over the past couple of days, what's it like to try to prepare for a juggernaut like that?
Well, you know, when you're starting to prepare, the thing you got to realize, you can't take all things away. I mean, they are so dynamic in that they have so many playmakers, outside, inside. The offensive line is very physical. They can run it. The quarterback can throw it, but he can run with it. He's tough. I mean, they're a complete football team on offense. And defensively, even though they lost a lot of guys, it looks like the same body types, just in different numbers. The guys are playing very well, and then, of course, they're a great special teams team. So, I mean, you don't win a national championship not good in all three phases, and they're well coached and they have good players. Well,
and obviously, I mean, you had that incredible game to start last year, and you're very familiar with these guys. You know, how much of an advantage or how much does that help you as you're preparing for this big home-and-home with the Clemson versus if it was somebody that maybe you didn't know that well?
Well, I think you know personalities. I think you know how they coach. You know this. They're going to be well prepared in all three phases. You know, in certain things, you know, the preparation and knowing them can be beneficial or it can be detrimental in far as they know you too. And, you know, there's always little tweaks and turns in each way, each time you play someone. And, you know, Brent and those guys do a tremendous job on defense. The offensive coordinator, Scott, and, you know, Dabo and those guys on offense and what they do on special teams. They'll have their wrinkles and new things in. So it can help, but it also can hurt.
Coach, your boy Jared Hocker made some good headlines here the last couple of days by, for all intents and purposes, guaranteeing a victory over those defending national champions. When a player is that confident and says those types of things, how do you respond to him when you're chatting with him about it?
Well, I did. I said, Jared, why would you say that? He said, well, Coach, I just want to show confidence. I believe we can play. I said, that's good, but you keep those to yourself. I said, you know, how you feel outside doesn't always. But at the same time, I appreciate him saying that. I mean, I want him to be confident, and he is. And I was shocking of who it was because he doesn't ever say those things. I just think he's excited about playing. I said, well, what you better do now that you've talked real lot, you better play real well.
That's right.
So now you got to go play well. So at the end of the day, after the first hit or two, all that goes away. Listen, and with social media today, it's funny. The bulletin board materials to me have kind of went away. Because bulletin board stuff comes up every day.
Yep.
It's unbelievable with social media now. But you know, you don't like, I mean, I love the confidence. You know, you wish you wouldn't say it, but he did, so he's got to go play.
We were so impressed with Kellen Mond when we had a chance to sit him down on our set right after you down in Birmingham during SEC Media Days. Give us a little glimpse into him on the field, at practice. You've worked with so many great athletes, but what is it that separates him?
I think it's a relentless pursuit to be great. I really do. And he can take how you coach him, how you push him, how you challenge him. And I think now he's getting enough confidence in himself, and he understands he can do it, and he's got the tool set to make the throws, understand the mental game, why things are happening, what's happening, beat you with his legs, beat you with his arm, and beat you with his mind. And so I think from that standpoint, it's tremendously fun to work with. But the big thing is he sees it, and he allows himself to be coached and to be pushed. That's the greatest thing about him.
Coach, I know you try really hard to consider each game its own entity and focus on each one equally. But if you could look at a broad scope for me, what's the importance of Saturday afternoon or evening, I guess, for Texas A&M football in the broader scope?
Well, I think in the big thing, I think it's a brand nationally that, you know, you can play at the highest levels of ball, which we proved we could do last year. And that, you know, our program is heading in the right direction. It's doing the right things. But one game does not, whether you win it or whether you lose it, is not going to make or break your season. Because you have to go play the next one the next week and continue to grow and get better. Because if you win it and say, hey, you know, and then quit growing, it doesn't matter. If you lose it and quit growing, or you grow, it can really help. So my point to it is that we have to go play well. It's the next opponent. It's the next part of the early stages of our program being developed to the level we want it to. But it's a significant game because it's the next one. But all of them are big. So it's a good place and a good measuring stick because you know the quality of the opponent, you know how they're going to play, and you know how they're going to be coached.
All right, now, Coach, you're in an interesting situation down there.